Only you can change. The scriptures are saying you can change.
Right.
Where are you going?
She is boasting.
Come on.
You know, the woman that's been abused. I've been in the strip club. I've been, you know, and thought that was, as long as I made money to feed my kids, that was better for me.
God has given us a gift. All that wickedness you did, all the laws you broke against me, you can atone for it this day. They're supposed to look at you and see what a godly woman is supposed to be. How a godly woman is supposed to act. How a godly woman carries herself. How a godly woman deals with the men of God. They're supposed to look at you and see all of that. How she dresses, how she speaks, how mannerable she is. They're supposed to look at you. I wanted to talk to you because earlier, you know what I'm saying, you got emotional. And why did you get emotional?
So, because a lot of the things that I be like trying to teach my kids in order to change, you know, I still been leading them the wrong way.
You've been leading them the wrong way?
It definitely seems that way. If I'm sitting here and it just kind of spooked, like just open up my mind a little more, that's all. We just really got to.
Say it again, sis. Sis, say it again. I don't want you to get distracted. I know the kids done ran up, but guess what? They got a lot of brothers and father figures out here. We're gonna watch them. I want you to stay tuned in. All right, talk to me.
Listen, I've been through the struggle like that. I've been, you know, the woman that's been abused. I've been in the strip club. I've been, you know, and thought that was, as long as I made money to feed my kids, that was better for me. I've been
thought you was doing the right thing,
man, because I felt like I'm like, boy, you know, I did that, you know. And he used to tell me that all the time. And then by me losing him, I thought that I really lost something special in me, because I kind of lost myself after that. So that was kind of like that little strength that was keeping me there. But because I thought this way, I didn't trust it.
So when you heard the words, when you heard the captain speaking, it did something. It struck a nerve. It touched something that caused tears to run out your eyes. And at that point, you felt like, damn, this is the truth, and I need to change. I need to know more. Listen to this. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 15 and verse 7. I say unto you that likewise joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth, more than over 99 just persons.
Read it again.
I say unto you that likewise joy shall be in heaven.
Because we got angels in the eyes of God watching everything we do. So when teachers are out here, God says that what?
I say unto you that likewise joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repented.
So it's joy in heaven right now over you.
That's right.
Over you. Go to Psalms. When you had that broken and contrite spirit, that spirit to repent, all the angels start rejoicing.
That's right.
Because an Israelite is about to find a way back home.
That's right.
Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51, verse 7. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Whiter than snow. That's the prayer, right? Read it again.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean.
That's what we want. We want to be purged from all that sin, all that stuff that affects us in our life, all them things we went through. Right. We want God to purge us of that. So we can what?
Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
We want God to wash us. That's what the commandments are for. When you start to apply in the commandments, it begins to wash you. Today, you know what today is? Today is the Day of Atonement. You never heard of that, right? But hold that, and let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. Read verse 1 and then jump to 27. Watch this. This is a wonderful day that God established for us.
That's right.
This is a powerful day for those Israelites who know that they got wickedness in. Because it's, say my man, say bro, is this something that when you sit up and think about your life, right? You say, I know I should be dead. I know I should be in jail right now. Huh? Listen to this.
The book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And Moses, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them.
Speak unto who?
The children of Israel.
So you have to be of this lineage. This ain't for everybody. This is for the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the people who suffered through the transatlantic and sub-Saharan slave trades. This is for you. Read.
And say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
These are feasts and holy convocations. Verse 27.
Verse 27. Also on the 10th day of this 7th month,
which is today, according to God's calendar, not the white man's calendar. God's calendar. This is the 10th day of the 7th month. It's a Sabbath, but it's also this.
There shall be a day of atonement.
A day of atonement. God has given us a gift. All that wickedness you did, all the laws you broke against me, you can atone for it this day. I'm gonna give you a fresh start today. If what?
It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your soul.
You gotta afflict your soul today. That affliction means fasting, no drinking water, no eating food, from sundown to sundown. We afflict our souls. That's a sacrifice we give it to the Lord for a day of atonement. The guy said, I'll wipe your slate clean. Go back. Watch this, read it again.
The book of Psalms chapter 51 and verse 7. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Keep the commandments, God gonna make you clean, whiter than snow in his eye. If you keep the Day of Atonement today. That's right. Today. All those things we did, you can just put that in the past. God ain't gonna even remember it. Read. Verse 10.
Verse 10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me.
That's what you want, right? You want a right spirit renewed in you? Today, the Holy Sabbath. You're supposed to be you and your children are supposed to be among the congregation with our wives and our children, learning the commandments of God, becoming a new creature. That's right. Becoming an Israelite, a princess. You understand? These children are royalty, and you have to know the laws that make them royalty so you can teach it to them. Right. Hold that. Go to Deuteronomy 6. 6 and 4. Right? No? Teach it. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
You gotta come learn so you can teach God's laws diligently to your children. Go back. You understand? Read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me.
When you got that right spirit in you, sis, the commandments of God are gonna roll off your tongue.
That's right.
Your children in the house. For what's commandment number 1? Thou shalt not what? Have no other God before me. Right. You understand? These are things that gonna roll off the tongue when you got renewed with the right spirit. Right. It ain't gonna be turn on that. Y'all see what happened at Diddy party? It ain't gonna be that. It'd be a whole different vibe, a whole different aura around you. And all the wicked people that you want out your life, open up the Bible and see, don't they go somewhere?
That's right.
Read.
Cast me not away from thy presence.
That's what we want. We want the Lord not to cast us away from him. Read.
And take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation.
Restore unto us the joy. Do you got joy in your life? That's the only joy? You don't have joy just getting up day to day, having a purpose for your life? Because you do have a purpose.
That's right.
You have a purpose. Go to Titus chapter 2. That's why we're here, to help guide you, help to show you what you left, what our foremothers and forefathers left. We left God. We left our purpose. Read.
The book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. And aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine.
We ain't supposed to be false accusers. We ain't supposed to be turned up. We ain't supposed to be getting loaded. Read.
Teachers of good things.
What my sister supposed to be doing?
Teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women.
Because it's a responsibility of yours, not only that you teach these young women that's in your house, but the young women that's in your community. You understand? They supposed to look at you and see what a godly woman is supposed to be. How a godly woman is supposed to act. How a godly woman carries herself. How a godly woman deals with the men of God. They supposed to look at you and see all of that. How she dresses, how she speaks, how mannerable she is. They supposed to look at you and you supposed to be the embodiment of that. But how you gonna know it if you don't never open the Bible and you don't never come around the sisters and so they can teach you what to do? Read.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands.
They gotta teach a young woman to what?
To love their husbands.
Did somebody teach you how to love a husband? Nah. But that's your responsibility now. Knowing that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, now you have to learn how to love a husband.
That's right.
You have to learn how to prepare yourself for a godly man.
Right.
And then you got to teach them.
Right.
So they won't make the same mistakes you did.
Right.
You understand? Read.
To love their children.
To do what?
Love their children.
Our sisters have to be taught how to love their children. I don't want to open a wound, but do you think a cigarette, the cigarette smoke, the weed smoke, fermenting throughout your apartment is healthy for your children? It's not. Do you think a man, all these Negroes out here, you don't know what type of spirit these men rolling in to let a man come in your house that you barely know, around your daughters, even around your young sons? And you shouldn't let them in the house.
That's right.
Because I know we like to play spades and party and we kick it, we have people over for the end. Okay. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. But we still need to be aware of their surroundings. You need to keep a watch over your daughters. The Bible tells you to do that. Read.
To be discreet.
To do what?
To be discreet.
Let me ask you something. Oh, that's your daughter, right? If you knew that I was a pedophile, would you like for me to look at your daughter's legs like that? You're supposed to teach young women what?
To be discreet.
Being discreet is not only in behavior, it's in your dress. She has to have things on that would stop men from looking at her in a sexual manner.
Right.
You understand? You gotta show her this, baby. You cannot wear those shorts like that. You gotta put on a skirt that come past your knees or a dress that come down and it ain't hugging your hips and thighs. And it ain't hugging your breasts. Cause I don't know if none of these Negroes out here wanna rape you, wanna molest you. I don't know. So I'm gonna follow God and I'm gonna make sure you protected by keeping God's law, right?
That's right. That's right.
Read.
chaste, keepers at home.
Read it from the beginning.
To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home.
So you have to teach your daughter how to be discreet. You have to teach her how to be chaste, because it's a lot. She's a beautiful young girl. There's going to be a lot of young men showing interest in her. And she has to learn how to refrain herself from going after the game they spit. She has to be chaste. And you have to teach her how to be a keeper at home. Like I tell my wife, I love coming to the house, but it ain't a home unless you making it that.
Right. That's right.
It's just a house. You make it a home, a keeper at the house. She keeping it clean, keeping the food cooked for me. You understand? These are things that you have to learn, things that you have to teach your daughter. This was God is calling you back to. Because it's easy for us to be thoughts. It's easy for us to be thug niggas. That's easy. You don't got to repent to do that. You can get up in the morning and just walk outside and see all the thugs in the house. Right? But you won't change. Go back to Psalms. Right? You won't change, right? Are you sure? This is a godly calling. What's your nationality? Huh? Christian is a religion. Nationality means your race, your nation.
That's right.
Who are you? African American is two white men. Amerigo Vespucci and Leo Scipio Africanus. Amerigo Vespucci. He came over here during the 1400s, during the conquest of the Americas. He named America after himself. Amerigo Vespucci. Leo Africanus, he conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic War in Africa. They named that landmass after him. So when you say I'm an African American, you say I'm two white men. Right. To somebody that understands. Are you two white men? Did two white men lay down and have you? Then how are you African American? Look them up. That's a name that the white man put on you. Right. You understand? What is your race? Want me to give you a hint? There you go.
That's right.
That's who you are. And you have to be proud, and you have to teach your daughters and your sons that. Because these are royalty. This is royalty in training. You understand? This is a princess in training. You gotta teach them that. Because if you ain't teaching them that, when they go to school, they learn how to be thugs and thoughts from the kids they're around. The education system is not going to teach them that they royalty. Right. The education system is not going to teach them to keep God's commandments. Right. So you got to counteract that. As soon as they walk in the house, you need to be teaching them this Bible, the Word of God, and who they are. That's right. So when they walk out and they go to school, they can stand up with a sense of pride, and everything everybody's saying ain't going to make them weak in the spirit. They're going to be turning away from you and turning away from the truth. Read verse 25.
Verse 25. But when the young man wouldn't know.
Start at 20.
Verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she bared with a good courage.
So this woman, she had 7 sons. She watched all of them get killed. She watched this wicked white man kill all her children. Right? Go to verse. Go down to verse 25.
Verse 25. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel with the young man to save his life.
So the king is saying, look, I'm about to put your children to death. You need to go talk to them boys. She taught her kids the commandments of God. And she taught them never to waver from keeping the commandments of God. Don't matter if you're in the face of death.
That's right.
Do not turn from worshiping your God. That's what she told them. So the king said, you need to go tell your kids to do what I say instead of what your God say.
Right.
Read.
And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she bound herself toward him laughing the cruel tyranny to scorn.
So after she said, yeah, I go cancel, I go tell them to do what you said, she bust out laughing in his face. If I tell my kids break God's commandment for your pink ass, for your red butt, nah. This how firm we gotta be when we educate our kids. Don't you turn from thou shalt not commit adultery.
That's right.
Don't you be a hoe out here in these streets. Don't you kill. Don't you sell crack out here.
That's right.
We gotta be firm. Read.
Spake in her country language on this manner. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb and gave thee suck 3 years.
So she said, my son, I love you. Have pity on me, because I carried you in my womb. I breastfed you. Have mercy, because I'm finna let you die. Because we ain't turning from God. Read.
And nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
What did she do?
And endured the troubles of education.
She endured the trouble of having these kids sit down at the table, open the book, study. She sat there, help them read, help them learn their ABCs, help them learn. She endured every trouble that comes with educating children.
Bring it out.
She endured it. But you have to be able to educate these children. What we at, Titus? Go back to Titus. That's your job. That's your calling. Now you have to learn. Will you be willing to learn? Will you be willing to keep the Sabbath? You know what the Sabbath day is? Today. When we say today, what we mean? The what?
7th day.
The 7th day. That the Day of Atonement is also today, but that's not every Saturday. Every Saturday is the Sabbath. It just so happened that the Day of Atonement fell on this Sabbath as well. That don't normally happen, because we got to keep the Sabbath every Saturday.
That's right.
You have to keep the Sabbath every Saturday. Do you know what the Sabbath entails? We're going to show you, all right? But go back. Titus.
The book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own.
Hold on. What is that word that starts with an O?
Obedience.
That word right there, that's kryptonite to black women. That's kryptonite. How did you feel when you heard that word? What that word again?
Obedience.
How you feel when you heard that word?
It's like somebody's pet.
That make you feel like somebody's pet.
Yeah, like obedience, yeah, it kind of does.
So when your boss tell you show up at 9 o'clock every day or you gonna get fired, do you feel like a pet to him? You can do it for him, but if your husband say, hey, cook me something, that feel like a pet?
Oh no, it's just you said what was the word make you feel like, that's what it make you feel like.
Watch the read the red. Hold on, watch this. Watch what it say.
Obedience to their own husbands.
See what the Bible say you need to be?
To your own husband, not what.
Obedient to your own husband. Have you said you was married before?
I did not.
Oh, you wasn't. You was just interested. You said you lost a man.
Yeah.
What you mean, a boyfriend?
We engaged, we never got married.
Okay. Why?
For them kind of simple reasons, I've always felt
For
like.
not being obedient?
Yeah. Just going to say that?
Yeah, let's just be frank.
No, that's true.
But although y'all were doing it
But he
wrong,
said,
is he the father of your children?
And he is not. The father of my husband, he passed on me. My children passed away.
Okay.
See, and he took the part of being their father in their life. And it just was a lot of things that I wasn't catching on, like, you know.
Give me Sirach 6.
All of that, being in the face thing like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just, wasn't obedient.
But yeah, and you were saying because he wasn't your husband.
Yeah.
So, but he was getting the cookies and the milk. He was treating him like a husband, but you wasn't acting like one. He was getting the cookies and the milk like the husband do. But for the obedience part, you wasn't doing that part. Ain't that backwards?
I mean, at the same time, I feel like, you know, if I was obedient to him, I would have been married already. Right?
Oh, that's how you feel, right? Yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so. He had to see that you had that character in you to be able to humble yourself and be obedient to him.
How long does it take a man to know that?
Let's get the Bible. Read.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
God said, if you want to get yourself a friend, a husband, right? Because it ain't no boyfriends. God said, prove him first.
Right.
If I want to prove you to be a good friend, can I find that out overnight in a one-night stand? Can I find out if you're a good friend, right? If me and you already have sex? How would I know if you're a good friend? It's gonna take time. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time because if we leave with the sex, then we'll be sex buddies, and you know what I'm saying. That might help. That might make our relationship go further than what me and you even. We probably don't even like each other, but the sex is good.
But this is what I was explaining when he was up here saying when I was talking about people will be together for so long and feel like they already married, so they don't want to get married. That was the whole.
Yeah, that's the nigga way.
Right.
That's how niggas do.
Right.
That when because we'll have aunties and uncles who be together 40 years and never get married. And then when somebody die, can't nobody get the beneficiary paperwork. The money that's left in the bank, the government sees it. You gotta go through all type of protocols to get the money to try to bury the man that you've been with for 40 years. Right. Because we didn't want to go get the marriage certificate. That's the nigga way.
That's right.
God tell us go to Toby. Hold that and go to Toby. 4. Oh, Toby 7. Toby, is that 7? The papers? 7 and 12 or 7 and 14? Read that.
The book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 12. Lemuel said, then take her from henceforth according to the manner, for thou art her cousin, and she is thine. And the merciful God give you good success in all things. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand, and gave her to be wife to Tobias.
See, our fathers used to give the daughters to the man. That means that boy had to come to that father and be recognized as a good man of that father before he even let him marry my daughter.
That's right.
Then I would proudly give her hand to you, because I know she's being kept by a good man. We don't have that custom no more. We do it the nigga way. Sleep with each other first, all that. Read.
Saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses.
Take her after the law of Moses. Read.
And lead her away to thy father. And he blessed him and called Edna his wife. And took paper and did write an instrument of covenants and sealed it.
So those sealed marriage certificate is our custom.
That's right. Right.
We don't know that. Because we've been watching Uncle Ray now and Juju now be married without going to get no, y'all just common law. That we trust in common law. That ain't, go get marriage papers for the woman you love. So she can have the benefit of carrying your name. The benefit of everything that comes with you if you pass. You understand? Read, go back, read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
God said, don't be hasty to credit. That's why all that sleeping with each other real fast. God said, don't be in a hurry just because he 6'2", he got a six-pack, because he might be one of them dudes that beat you up every day.
That's right.
He might be one of them dudes that's a neighborhood whore and sleep around and give you all type of STDs? How would you know that if you already trying to go to bed with him instead of learning his character, learning who he is, learning the things that he like and he don't like?
Right.
Same with him, trying to prove you. He got to do the same thing because you might be a twerkaholic. You might like to twerk on everybody. No, I'm not talking to you directly. You understand? Read.
For some men is a friend for his own occasion.
Some men, they'll get nice to you. They'll show you their representative until they get the draws.
That's right.
And then you start to see the fist to the chin. And then you start to see the other girl across town calling. Then you see him getting up late night, burning off on you while you pregnant.
Bring it out.
No, then you start to see those things, Reed.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
And when the Section 8 people find out you got a man living in your house and they get ready to put you out, he gonna go stay with the other girl.
No.
That's how we do. Am I right or wrong? Reed? God knows his creation. He know the Israelites.
Right.
He know the conditions we in, and he's telling us the remedy. These are the things you're supposed to be teaching your young daughters in your repentance.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.